I'm again, as always, with Thanatos.
Hello.
This is a semi-final.
Oh, do you feel the excitement?
Excitement. It's the atmosphere is electric.
Oh, the electricity.
Radiant.
And we've seen both of these teams before, which is absolutely amazing. We've been with Lincoln's over Vanguard every time for 3 games now. This is the 3rd. And
NickB plus 4 noobs. What were they called before? Were they made in Sweatshop?
yeah, they were made in Sweatshop, I believe, but their name wasn't like there. But now they are NickB and 4 noobs, so that's good.
Yeah,
I imagine
Radiance.
if I was to guess, I would say that the NickB, so the not noob, was that Shadow Shaman from the first game because he was sweet. He really sorted him out.
Yeah, that's $20 in my pocket just for those who didn't manage to catch the first cast. I think NickB are at a serious disadvantage. Lincoln's over Vanguard every time have a really good logo, and the acronym for their name is LOVE, as opposed to N before N, which is one of the worst spelling rules I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Pretty
I
bad.
thought E, except worse.
Yeah, no. It doesn't even work.
No, not really.
Not in the slightest. Unlike Lincoln's over Vanguard every time, who has like the best team game, best team name, best team logo I've ever seen. And I think that the noob team may have watched Love's last game because they've immediately banned out the Timbersaw and Naga Siren.
Yeah, to be fair, who wants any of that? No one wants
it's
any
true.
of that.
And the unkillable Baden.
If Team Love picked up Visage every time, I think it might be them. There've been plenty of Visages everywhere.
I think
I'm starting to lose my mind, but that's okay. Interesting to see the Abaddon picked up by NBN. They are just giving it away.
Yes,
Abaddon Lycanthrope.
Lycan. But, and Abaddon, well, they'll be hoping that the other team picks up the Death Prophet.
Okay, you're gonna have to stop riding me on this. Okay?
Oh dear.
So like
It's not about you. It's not all about you, Thanatos. It's.
Are you telling me that that's not a direct jibe at my horrible Death Prophet played, healing up Abaddon as much as I can?
Slightly indirect, I would put forward. I would suggest. Visage was actually on the other team the previous game, but they've managed to steal it this game and banning out, in fact, the Pugner. Crystal Maiden is also going to be out of this game, so that's good.
Which I believe Team Love had in the last game as well. Naga, Timber, they had some Juggernaut and Dragon Knight as well, so maybe they'll be next.
Just banning that team.
Either of those heroes could fit. And,
reserve time.
Jeez, I'm trying to remember back. This N before N is really stuffing with my memory, but they played a Lycanthrope in the jungle, didn't they? In the first game we watched.
Wasn't it? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That was really strong. And
yeah, it was strong.
Who was their
Just
carry?
not punished by.
Yeah.
It was a lie. Whatever.
They had some carry
remember,
guy as well. Yeah, but they dominated. They did a really cool lane switch, I think, and
yeah, was that Juggernaut against the Invoker? They had the Shadow Shaman rolling around. Yeah,
quite possibly. But and then I believe they like drew out the game to like an hour long when it should have been like 40 minutes or 30 minutes.
No, that was certainly Team Love.
Oh well, it's happened many a time, too many times. And Veno,
they've done some winning.
Veno has been a popular late ban just about every time, and the Death Prophet also being taken out.
Yep, Team Love recognize what's going on. Take out Pugner, take out Death Prophet. They don't want to face a push strat. Don't be surprised if we see something along the lines of a Juggernaut, an Alchemist in the mid lane, Dragon Knight, Nature's Prophet. Your typical push heroes could be coming thick and fast. Also some summon heroes, Lycanthrope, very effective using Howl to buff those up. Really early can make a huge difference. If you've got like 5 Treants or something, and you're hitting, and each one hits 20 damage harder every time, that's a huge difference at level 7 on each hero. So that, I think there's some really nice synergy for NBN to pick up some more summon heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm surprised we haven't seen Luna yet. Luna has a similar effect with that aura, just increasing the damage of everyone early by that flat base amount. And yeah, we still haven't seen a Luna, so I think it's always on the cards. And wouldn't be too surprised to see either team pick up that hero.
Yeah, it's good push. It's good anti-push. We've seen a lot of push strats today, and you would have expected Luna.
Well, there it is.
Radiant's
Yeah,
cool.
That's what's up.
And Mirana has also been an extremely popular pick, so wouldn't be surprised to see that on either team as well, particularly given that there's a clockwork in the game. That certainly makes the arrows easier to hit.
Yep, and Mirana's also not bad. It's not bad with the clockwork, it's not bad against it. I mean, either way, you fire the arrow into the cogs, you hit the enemy. And if you're against the clockwork, you're able to leap out really easily and avoid a lot of the damage the clockwork can put down on you. So I think Mirana would be a solid pick for either team, but probably more difficult for the Lincolns over Vanguard every time to find a spot for it.
Yeah.
They've got Clockwork, which is probably their off laner. They've got Luna, which is probably their safe laner.
With a tri-lane,
either hero can go mid. It's possible, but probably not. And I don't like Mirana mid at all, as I've said all day, because of the crappy base damage.
Yeah. Was it NickB who sent the... Well, I'm just going to straight up say I have no idea who it was, but someone sent a Clockwork mid at some point.
Yeah, someone's done that. It's not impossible. You can get a couple level in the cogs and really punish any melee heroes who try to get in there, take away all their mana, and you become a really effective ganking hero early on. Battery Assault locks them down, and just a little bit of support with the likes of Visage with a big soul assumption can make all the difference. And I think Clockwork is a viable mid hero. I think Luna less so, but still possible. And there is room for Mirana somewhere out there.
Yeah. Well, Batrider being picked up there, and while he is very rarely bad, I think he's going to have a difficult time against the three heroes that have so far been picked up by Lincolns over Vanguard.
Reserve time.
Yeah, most of them quite durable. Luna not so much, but certainly with the stuns and the cogs, he's gonna be a bit tricky for Batrider, I would have thought, to get right in there with the very low range lasso that he now has.
Yeah, it's going to be really tricky. You try and pick up a Clockwork or a team with a Clockwork, you're very liable to getting cogs, getting hookshot in on, and now there's a puck, which makes it difficult as well, dropping a Dream Coil. If you take a Luna on her own and you're on your own, you get eclipsed out and you could easily die to that. So big problems. And I think in the early game we've got to look straight to the jungle. Lycanthrope and Batrider both love it in there. It could start to get crowded, and with Rocket Flares able to stack out big stacks and the like, it's going to be a real battle for map control right from day dot. I think Nick
10 seconds to
go. NickB plus 4 noobs really needs to take early map control to try and protect this Lycanthrope, which I believe we will see in the jungle again.
A bit of
they don't have to, but that's where I think it's most likely to go.
Yep, and I guess Lincoln's over Vanguard looking for another support now. Probably someone who has a real early game kind of impact. Crystal Maiden has been taken out, and that is their usual favourite. I think maybe
Dire's ban.
Suppose Windrunner has seen a bit of play, but I'm not the biggest fan of that. Can you think of a good support that would suit the Lincolns over Vanguard team?
Well, they do have what I think is a fairly early aggression lineup. You see Puck
10 seconds to go.
Tends to fall off a little bit. You try and snowball, get as many pickoffs as you can, and create space for the rest of your team. Luna doesn't go really, really late.
Reserve
not up there with your, Lifestealer Spectre types. Very good, but not quite on that level. Perhaps more in the style of an Alchemist with the good farming and ability to peak early.
Yeah.
Clockwork falls off a bit. Visage falls off a bit. So I think they're going to be looking for a reasonably early timing window, trying to get some work done around that sort of 25-minute mark, I would expect. And now they ban out the Chen. I would have thought an already crowded jungle would become untenable with a Chen, but they decide they don't want any of that. Lincoln's over Vanguard, possibly looking for some anti-push. I think they could even go something along the lines of a Lena.
10 seconds to go.
Lena is useful. It can burst
Shadow Shaman again. Or Shadow Shaman that previously had by NickB, I believe. But I think Shadow Shaman could be fitted in. I think he would be pretty solid. The Noobs team really needs those levels though. Like once Batrider, Juggernaut, Lycan, and even Abaddon get those levels, they will have an extremely strong team fight, and also quite a strong push with Lycan. And that Howl Wolves. And they do decide to go with the Windrunner there.
Pick.
Alright.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought as much impact as a Shadow Shaman could have, but, has proved a popular hero. Is very versatile, can lane solo if she wants to, can support if she wants to, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be a support Windrunner. Puck,
Yeah.
I mean, almost exclusively mid.
10 seconds
Clockwork,
to go.
some kind of solo, most likely. I think offlane. I think you've got a
5
defensive
seconds.
tri-lane with Visage, Luna, Windrunner, which would put Windrunner as a sort of 4 to 5 position support.
Reserve time.
Visage does want to get up those Aghanims for the extra bird stuns as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And NickB now need a final hero, perhaps a pusher, perhaps something to work with a Batrider. I think they could go a Leshrac. I think that'd be pretty viable. They've decided for Viper instead, and that's really greedy. That's going to relegate a Baden to like a 6 position support. He's got to do the supporting and of the 5 and 4 position put together.
Yeah, certainly is greedy.
And I think that mean jungle lycanthrope, I think.
I would have thought so.
The same horrific player name that's impossible to pronounce again. And
yeah, he's just Lycan for sure. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
I
No,
did
we
see
do
there
actually
that
have
the Shadow Shaman was actually banned out by the Noobs team, so yeah, they weren't having any of
Alright.
that. Okay,
Shall we run through the team?
let's do it. We have on the Radiant side for
Better get ready.
NickB and the Noobs, Carpe Diem on the Batrider, Feed Me on the Juggernaut, I believe he just changed his name or something, $20 in my pocket on the Viper, utterly unpronounceable on the Lycan, so he's just going to be Lycan, and Landrew on the Baden.
You mess with a fire, you're gonna get burned, Lycan.
Yeah.
Don't push us. Give us easy names. I wanna say a word of warning to Relic. You've gotten some fancy characters, and it took me a little second the first time I saw your name. But we've gotten through that first stage, and I will now try and pronounce it correctly. Relic. Oh, I've done beautifully. He is disconnected on the puck, heading towards the mid lane. The hard carry, Luna Ush. Looks like it will be an aggressive tri-lane. Windrunner being played by Fun. Chim is on the Visage, and fan of Soyon on the Clockwork.
Yeah, he had an excellent Timbersaw game last game. Actually, the entire Love team played very well. It will be interesting to see how Relic goes on the puck. Who do you play last game? The Dragon Knight went huge as Dragon Knight.
Yeah, went absolutely massive.
And really dominated there, playing quite a different role this time as the ganking hero. And he will have a big impact on the pace of this game from Love's perspective. Mid hero's got a lot of responsibility and really gets to control the pace to quite a large degree.
Yeah. Puck's a real tempo setter, controls the ganks and tries to create the amount of space that there is on the map. And I talked about map control during the draft stage. With you've got an Abaddon who can try and clear out large stacks, Lycanthrope, Batrider as well. If they get the map control, they get some early smoke ganks, Puck hits level 6 and immediately just ruins everyone on NickB's side. Could be a problem. And I'm also interested to see how fan of Soyon goes on the Clockwork.
Yeah, totally.
He had a shocking game as a bounty hunter.
So
On a team that won with like a 40,000 gold lead, he ended up something in the neighborhood of 3-8 and 8. He didn't have a good game. He comes back next time with a Timbersaw with an interesting build, a little bit different, perfectly suited to the style of play they wanted, and he was able to do all sorts of work. So he's a little bit Jekyll and Hyde, and we'll see which one comes out of him this game on the Clockwork. I feel like Bounty Hunter wasn't his style, and Timbersaw was, and perhaps Clockwork slightly more of a Timbersaw
a bit more
style
of a Timbersaw
hero.
And does pick up the boots first, so probably looking for a bit of early aggression with that battery. So it looks like he's going to be up against the Abaddon, you would think. Feed Me, so keen. He is already spinning to winning, straight out of spawn. And $20 in my pocket, who was the Shadow Shaman in the previous game, taking up the Viper. I'm not quite sure how he fits into this strat. I imagine he's going to be their mech carrier, but we'll see. Baden also quite decent for that job, but...
Yeah, I think you might see him sort of build quite similarly to a Chen, actually. You see the mech, you see the... you see some treads, perhaps, instead of arcane boots, and Then goes straight into an Aghanim, tries to get some big teamfight potential, get some stayability in the hero, and just be as annoying as possible rather than putting out huge damage. So,
well,
I think he will fall into that 4 position.
Yeah. The thing is that even he doesn't really need damage items to deal out ridiculous damage, just with all of his spells there and his attack modifier with that Q, the Viper Strike on as the ultimate. Particularly if he manages to pick up Aghanims later, just spamming that out in fights. As long as you can stay alive for a reasonable amount of time, you can really shut down a couple of heroes on the enemy team. And this Dire team really quite squishy. Luna, the Windrunner, and Puck all going to struggle against that Viper, I would have thought.
Yeah, I think they all might struggle, to be perfectly honest. If Clockwork might do the best, but Visage, Gravechill will give her a chance. Puck is always so slippery, sort of in the style of a Weaver, not big base health, but still difficult to kill. And there is a lot of sneaky tankiness, I think, from Lincoln's over Vanguard every time. They've got Windrun, they have the Gravekeeper's Cloak, they have Cogs to split up fights. I think it's a little bit deceptive how well they might stay in the fights. And there's not a huge amount of AoE damage coming out from NickB, I don't think. I mean, Lycanthrope, essentially single target. Juggernaut, a bit of both. Viper, completely single target. Batrider, mostly single target. Abaddon doesn't do damage. So, I think that Love might have some stayability if they can take the team fight. They should have a serious advantage. Power Shot, all of Puck's spells, big Lunar Glyphs, just scything through them. Multi-person familiar drops. There's a lot of team fight on Love, and I don't think it's a Midas game for anyone here.
Oh, I should hope not. Item out. Anyway.
I am so sick of that.
Yeah, I think that, as you say, it's like sort of slippery survivability on at least the Puck and the Windrunner, and to some extent the Visage as well with that Gravekeeper's Cloak, but I think that that's a reason that the Viper will be particularly strong against them, because of course the Poison don't care if you are, dodging all over the place as Puck or Windrun with Windrunner, I don't believe. I think it's still just operates on you as normal. And, well, Relic is now out of the game as Puck, so, well, that's great. Looks like this pause is going to continue on for a little longer.
You're just so bitter about Viper. What did a Viper do to you in your childhood? Every game, it's just, oh, this Viper is going to ruin everyone's face, and it's going to be so strong. Push,
hate that guy.
So strong.
Hate that guy.
I know you hate that guy. And Clockwork giving us the info we need. 700 ping is a little bit too much, I would suspect.
Yeah, not ideal playing conditions, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, but I mean, Puck is a low APM hero. I would think you could just right-click and power through. You don't have a lot of spells to use. I mean, only 5 spells to use, essentially, so I'm not sure why they're having such a whinge.
I know. It's pathetic,
Just get Lincolns instead of a Vanguard, like your name says. You can't even die.
Yeah. I mean, get Vanguard and Lincolns. Put them on the Puck, and you'll be just fine.
Alright, so you get the Lincolns, and you put it in, like, your first slot. And then you get the Vanguard, you put it in, like, your 4th slot. So it's the Lincolns over the Vanguard.
Yeah. I mean, you can try to superimpose them, but Gabe hasn't implemented that yet into the actual game. I'm sure that's what Love is pushing for. I do love their logo. It's, as we've noted...
Yeah, no, it's a good logo. It's a fine logo.
Imagine if you could combine the Lincolns and the Vanguard into one very strange item. There you go, Ice Frog. There you go.
That would be strange.
You can thank me later, Ice Frog.
For free. We should charge for this. This is next level game design.
I put a lot of thought into that one.
So, you like stuff?
For sure. Well,
yeah, we spent hours toiling over a hot computer screen.
It has been absolutely pouring outside, but it has stopped now. You'll be pleased to hear. Quick weather report there.
I'm sure most of our American viewers are just so happy to hear the thunder rolling outside my Sydney windows.
Really adds to the atmosphere of, I don't know, impending doom? I don't know, what's the word, Tad?
I think foreboding.
Yeah, foreboding.
Ominous, foreshadowing, ominous foreshadowing.
I think something epic. an epic battle about to begin, just that epic thunder in the background. Really suited
Yeah,
mood.
we should have John Williams on music, and he can have that like slow developing crescendo into ba 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 ba. Just getting all up in our face. I'm feeling the adrenaline just from saying ba 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 a lot. So that's already done its job. I'm happy about that.
I really think they should add weather effects to the game as an option. So if I want to have some epic hero duel, some kind of Mount Olympus style shit going down, I can add those thunder effects and darkness and lightning if I feel like it, and then play Zeus and Thunder God's Wrath everyone. It would just really add to that sense of scale and
really
awesome.
You could get like a stealthy Zeus, because people would be like, "Oh, it's another thunder lightning." Crap, I'm dead.
Yep.
That would be awesome.
Just freaking out at that thunder sound every time, and then when there's a real one, double surprise.
Yeah. So here's an important question. You look at the lycanthrope being played by Unpronounceable.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the sort of frilly bathrobe affair? Is that really what a wolf should be wearing?
I'm trying to think who wears that, and I've come along to the conclusion that it's reserved for people like Santa Claus, and that's about it. Santa and elves, no, that's it.
Yep.
That's it. And I mean, if you look at Lycan's little face, he does look like a twisted kind of goblin helper of Santa Claus, someone who you can see kind of trapped in a dungeon making some kind of demented doll toys. Is that?
I can see that this guy runs the factory where they make toys for kids who aren't nice.
Yeah. I think so.
Like it's a foreman type of position.
Makes the demon toys for the naughty kids, which devour their faces in their sleep or something. That's what I get. It's a face of evil. And like it also some kind of, I mean, he's obviously a whatever it's called, werewolf. But picking up Vladimir's offering all the time as well, named after like the vampire thing, something vampire, somehow related to whatever it's called, famous vampire. He does have a look at the vampire as well, especially yellow eyes. I know that is like for the whatever it's called, a wolf thing, but something of the vampire there as well. I'm just saying, I see it.
I know you're just saying words as you think of them. I mean, it's fairly obvious. So the other caster, the alternative caster, has decided that they're disconnecting and they're coming back.
They're hoping that will fix the game. It's not going to. It looks like we're stuck in some kind of purgatory here. We've been sentenced to some terrible fresh hell. Where
all we get to do all game is cast people with difficult names.
Yeah, pretty much. We're just stuck staring at the names and with nothing happening. It's all of this tension. I was so excited for this game between two teams which have been very interesting so far, and now they're frozen in spot. Frozen to a state even more still than that of our friend. You should check out that of our friend Connor Meza. You should check out the YouTube channel Albi Dota 2 and watch the most recent upload. Pretty interesting play. Yeah,
it was a paradigm shift, as our good friend Primetime Jewel said. Oh,
bit of a paradigm shift. It was a whole new way of playing. Yeah, a play style that I have never seen before, and well, I am now seeing it again, just about. But you know.
Yeah. Carpe Diem has a nice bat mount. It's uncommon mount. I've always how
can mount be uncommon? That's a joke.
Mount means keys, and uncommon means a couple other uncommons or maybe a rare. But this is an uncommon mount. It's just ruining everything I know about trading.
I don't know what they've done in their item grading department, but they've got some screwed up people there. There are so many items that what did I find? I got some legendary courier, the flying baboon thing. I'm like, this is a legendary? It's worth like a couple of keys. That's not legendary. That is average at best. Well,
no, you don't go to the Holy Grail so that you can come back and get some keys.
No.
Like two keys. Like 80 keys? Yeah, sure.
$5.
$5, I think.
$5 should not buy you legendary. That's
No,
not what a legend
it's
is.
really less than $5. Like market price, like the trading market.
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit black market.
Real
You can
money.
get it for well under $5.
Oh, for
I
sure.
would think so.
If you're willing to pay
Now
cold hard
unpronounceable
cash,
life.
cold hard internet money.
Is this?
Well, this is just
this
musical
like-
disconnects, and well, off goes Lycan.
I was going to say more of a Dota. The Dota 2 players present their interpretation of "And Then There Were None" by Agatha.
Yeah, slowly dropping out, but they are coming back to life, like popping in and out one by one. I don't know what's going on here, but Lycan back to help evil Santa Claus make his destructive toys. Well, they're not going to build themselves. Abaddon's eyes. Click on Abaddon's portrait. What? Those eyes are broken. Are they broken for you? They're broken for me.
Yeah, but they're a little bit sort of like
They are not in
on
his eye hole.
on his left cheek. Yeah.
Yeah.
His left, not.
That's an issue. You should get that checked out. This is some in-depth analysis here. I don't think the game was made to be played in this much detail. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Juggernaut might be an ophthalmologist. I mean, you look at that mask, it looks like some really heavy reading glasses. I think Juggernaut might know exactly what the
Full
problem is.
face reading glasses.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a thing. It's a thing. Oh dear. Our other cast are having a bit of a fit. Oh, well, they're ready. They're ready.
We are ready. Oh, Lord. And I don't know if you've read In Then There Were None, but I'm pretty sure Lycanthrope will come back and say, "Where are you?" And then just an abandon from, I think, the chef and his wife or something.
I did read
Probably
When We're None in Year 7 as some compulsory English text. Essentially, I just remember everyone slowly dying, which is essentially what's happening here. Well,
Yeah,
I imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine everyone on the stream slowly dying or dropping out. Everyone in the game slowly dying and dropping out.
Just closing the browser might be right.
Yeah, just instant close. I know I would if there was a pause this long. My god.
No, you wouldn't. You would stay and listen to the expert commentary.
Oh yes, that's right. Sorry.
You would upvote and you would comment, wouldn't you?
You would upvote, comment, and then you would even go so far as to go to the YouTube page as well and subscribe to that.
How do I find the YouTube page, Albie?
Oh, it's just underneath the video, Thanatos. What a good question. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And Lycanthrope has reconnected. Please, if you're listening, please come back. Please, we're ready, I think.
Oh my god, I think we are almost ready to go. Any second now. Almost.
Juggernaut's gonna die. It's gonna be like Psycho. Juggernaut's gonna be in the shower. Dun, dun, dun.
Nubtrain speaking like he has authority over this game. He can't unpause it, I don't believe. No, they're not ready. Abaddon's not happy. Purple's now going to drop out. I don't think Juggernaut's had a drop. Oh, Juggernaut's off to have his shower. That was right. He did ask, to be fair.
Yeah, and ophthalmologists are a clean profession, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
I have
when
no
you
evidence contrary.
When you when you have full face glasses, they're going to get a bit messy, and it's going to take a while to clean.
I would think so. Look, he can't even afford a real shirt because of those reading glasses.
Yeah, only half a shirt.
Thanks, Obama.
God damn it, Obama. At least people can have... He spent all his cash on that full-face reading mask. And...
yeah, the free market will decide if he needs a shirt.
Yeah, free market says no. You have what you need. Deal with it. And it's taking him several minutes to clean out this mask, so hopefully he'll be back soon, but I don't have... my hopes aren't set too high, honestly.
I'm just still stuck on this frilly bathrobe from Unpronounceable Lycanthrope. It's
yeah.
not what I want.
Yeah, it is either Santa or, like, really, as you say, like a bathrobe. I don't know. It's not good. We can resort to talking about the unsung heroes of this game, the shopkeepers. You know they're all different. Everyone.
Yeah. Did you know in Dota 1, you couldn't buy recipes from one guy? There were like 4 levels of recipes. So when people talk about tier 4 items, I'm pretty sure that'll etymologically come, originally from the way you had to buy it from a tier 4.
Total mess. Get that out. Yeah.
Yeah, but now they just
Can't
have
handle
one
it.
guy, and it feels less personal, I think.
Yeah, true. Making game too easy. Now it just has a ridiculously large interface and impossible to understand kind of effects on a lot of heroes and spells. So, Ice Frog, please go back to hardcore.
All right.
Go hardcore.
So, you know, we could
go ham.
actually talk about Dota. Like, we could.
We could try to
I will-
overanalyze these items. I mean, Lycan's been given 2 tangos, but hasn't bought any himself. That's sort of interesting.
That's
I guess.
jungle.
Yeah.
Skilled up summon wolves. That's going
Yeah.
to be a jungle lycanthrope. We saw it last time.
Yep. Juggernaut actually
So,
going for the
how
stout
you-
shield. So he's expecting some
He's
harass.
going to lane.
Likely he'll get it up against that tri-lane.
Do you think they might even lane a Batten in a top solo off? And
Oh,
then
yeah.
You can have slow working with the spin to win Blade Fury. Is that? It's not great. You only get
Oh, yeah.
10% move slow at level 1, and you're against a Luna who zips around the map. I think 330 might be the highest base move speed in
I
the
think
game.
it is, yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. And
So
that night vision
for a
as well.
support, right?
Night vision as well
Yeah.
in Luna is kind of an... it's become rarer because I believe they reduced the night vision of a number of heroes, including perhaps Puck in the latest patch. I don't know. But yeah, Luna certainly still has it. As long as she has...
Fairly sure they.
As long as she has her Lunar Blessing, which she has picked up at the first level already, giving her that 14 bonus damage. So that's good at night for protecting Luna against ganks and helps her to fit into that carry role. Yeah, someone's resorted to drawing faces.
What's with all the scribbling?
You know, we could do that.
We could actually.
Faces, Albie. I know what you would draw, but let's just go with faces. Oh, is this tic-tac-toe? Let's do it.
I'm trying.
Yep.
Oh, well, it's instantly ruined. I'm going to play in between the tier 2 tower and tier 3 tower of the Radiant. So, no, I can't draw on the ground.
Oh, which lane?
I can't
which
draw on
lane?
the ground. Can't do it. Can only draw on the ground when unpaused, apparently.
Well, I can draw on the ground.
You can draw on the ground.
It doesn't show up on. It doesn't show up on. It shows up only in the mini map, but you can just do a
Oh,
little
it does
better one.
draw up on the minimap. Okay. Or it's not showing on the ground, but that's okay. I'm drawing...
All right, you noughts or crosses?
I'm not...
Okay.
Oh, the board's
Because-
dissolving. I'm just going in the middle. We have to plan our heads.
Please.
Game too
Oh,
hard.
Okay, wait.
Game harder
You're in the
than...
middle?
game way too hard. Game harder than Dota.
Yeah, Dota's easy mode. Oh, please, no.
Oh, dear. What, oh.
Okay, so.
Oh, someone's drawing Kunka's boat.
I
That's
mean-
nice. That's a nice touch.
Well, that's
I like
nice,
that.
yeah.
That's delightful.
Does it have to be Kunka's boat?
Yes, it's
I mean,
Kunka's goddamn boat. And now he's going to be drawing
Okay.
Tidehunter. No, it's a hammer. Maybe it's Omni Knight's hammer. I'm not quite sure if the story is trying to tell here, but maybe it's a new mythology whereby... Oh, and that's Pugna for sure. Oh,
yes.
is it?
Yes, good.
Okay, someone's restarting, so that sounds good and bad. The usual mixed messages. I mean, someone is back, someone is restarting. What's he drawing now? Who is Green? Green is a creative genius, and you pretty much have
Can we
to
play
play Visage. Pictionary, yeah.
I feel like. Okay.
Okay. Do you have something? Well, I mean, what's that? Is that a number 8 or is it a box? It's
I think it's twelve.
deep
I think it's drawing
questions
like
here.
a chest of drawers or something.
I thought he was trying to draw out the legend of Kunka,
That would be
starting off
exciting.
with that boat.
Right, so NickB, I really want to see how they lane it. Do you think it's going to be a Batten solo wall? Is that doable?
Yeah, I think it is going to be. I think it's doable to some extent. I think he's going to struggle against the Clockwork.
Reconnected. Ready, please.
Oh my god. This is just so much more exciting because of the amount that I've had to wait. It better be an amazing and, pretty quick game because this is going to be too much for me to handle.
Are you going to be mad if I start lagging out right now?
You what, boy? Well, you're just going to have to deal with it. You're not playing Puck, so you can handle that.
Puck is 2 APM. Why you gotta rain on that parade?
2 APM. Yeah, well, casting. Is there an easier job? Albatrain, struggling.
Oh, please. Why is everyone's ready, right? Is everyone ready? Please.
Tony, please give broadband network.
It is NBN. Nick
Yeah,
B. Noobs.
NickB noobs, NBN given. There it is. You heard it here first.
Alright, so.
My God.
Please.
Well. Oh,
I believe there was another semi going on during this.
Maybe.
Perhaps a couple of Ice Ages, not sure.
don't tell
but-
people that, they'll go and watch it. Oh my God, it's about to start.
no.
Holy
Keep
shit.
going. People,
Okay.
people.
Oh my God, here we go. It is actually back on. Albi and Thanatos here, casting this game, which has been paused for 10 minutes, but now it is a go. So, incredibly exciting. Prepare your
Oh my
bodies.
God. This-
Prepare your
You know what?
bodies.
This is going to be a 2-minute stomp.
That would be fantastic, honestly. Imagine how much these teams want to win this game now that they have invested this much time into it. Well, Viper is going top with the Abaddon, as it turns out, leaving the Juggernaut on his own.
Abaddon.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
No, I
don't
just
think
don't
that's
know
a
about
bad-
the Viper. Well, I think that either the Viper or the Abaddon. Please, Orange! That sound, my God, it's piercing. Anyway, I feel like either the Viper or Abaddon should be a support hero, but, you know, whatever, they'll have to deal
I
with
feel
it.
like they should both be support.
We're not letting them restart now because we've been waiting so long. Feed me! Chilling out in these trees. Wolf's gonna do a bit of scouting, not
Looking
gonna find
clean.
much.
And away we go.
Alright.
And,
Kind of
well,
spoiled.
Clockwork getting some poison laid down on him, and he does have boots, but still copying a reasonable amount of harass, and the regen rune going to the Viper, who have full mana again instantly. Batrider, as you would expect, heading towards mid. Going for that fast bottle with the
looks like
Tango
the-
3 branches.
There was an item change from Clockwork. He sold his boots after
Oh.
the year-long TP.
Well.
He decided he had to think about some things. He'd taken a
Okay.
brief journey to Mecca, and he decided that in the end, what his life really needed wasn't in fact some boots. So
My
that's
God.
just a 10% move slow with a horrible base damage of Viper,
Yeah.
which led to that harass not being terribly effective. And this Juggernaut's going to get sat on. What are they thinking of? Viper can solo a lane, especially against a solo Clockwork. They had
Yeah.
to expect an aggro tri-lane. Perhaps looking to dodge it, it was so obvious that they decided to juke around or something, but this has just worked out horribly. Juggernaut needs levels, he's been shackled up, and they're going to be able to kill him.
Just
They're going to be
about.
able to kill him so easy.
There's some seriously heavy
Oh.
harass. It's at least going to burn his salve or all of his tangos. Well, Batrider diving deep
tango.
after Relic. Getting quite close to that tower there. He will be back alright. Clockwork very close to this Viper, and he's going to cop some serious harass. He's going to have a tough lane against that Viper, but the Visage now going top, and my God, hotkeys! You done what? And
Alright,
no,
so my game is on pause
No,
now.
carry
Are you lagging behind me?
I'm unpaused now. What? I'm unpaused a little bit ago.
Okay, well what's your time clock at?
32.
Okay, so I'm like a second ahead, but that's not too bad.
That's not so bad.
Wait, no, I'm just really pressing. Scratch that thing about the lag.
Oracle Thanatos. Fun going deep into the jungle. Gonna scout out this wolf,
Missing bottom.
or get scouted out by this wolf. In fact, gonna pick. Well, wolf's about to expire, so that's all good. Yeah,
Oh, this is
Clockwork.
intense. Wolf
Did you
died.
get it? Did you get it? Wolf died.
Missing
No,
bottom.
she didn't get it.
She
The
didn't
wolf
get it.
expired.
Wolf expired. Yeah.
Oh,
I suspected as much. Batrider got his Zoe bottle, gonna pick up that illusion rune and come back mid. Puck doesn't have the bottle yet, going for quite a bit of regen with that magic stick, the tangos and the salve. I think a bit excessive. I think he could have dropped the salve, but whatever. Playing it safe.
I think this is the lane that NickB actually wanted to have, and now he's going to spin to win. He's trying to go on us. She's doing a decent amount of damage, and he doesn't even have boots. How's he keeping up with this Luna? Luna's going to start off and boogie on out of there, but how the heck did he keep up for so long with 25 less movement speed?
I do not know. There's no slow in that Blade Fury, is there? I don't believe so.
No, just damage.
Yep. Somehow doing it. And, well, the Aphotic Shield going down on the Viper, and doing some damage to the Visage there, but he's going to be out just fine.
It looks like Feed Me actually wanted to be, you know, in trouble or something. He's got the Shackle Shot Killer.
Oh, just going to miss the tree.
Not going to be able to latch. But he picked up a Star Shield and extra regen. He must have expected to have a super tricky lane. I mean, maybe he just thought he was a solo and he didn't want to ever have to leave lane, but why did you think that this was the right lane for you? I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think so. And Windrunner is going through the jungle. It's getting pinged 100 times.
Yep, Feed Me is refreshed after his shower.
Mm-hmm.
You probably could have taken like a full bubble buff soak. Plenty of time.
Yeah, Carpe Diem, activating that Firefly. Just getting some last hits with it. Relic still hasn't got the bottle, in fact finishing up the Null Talisman before going for the bottle, so it's going to be really quite a late bottle there. Windrunner and Lycan exchanging blows in the jungle, and Fun going to pick up this regen rune. Which will be instantly cancelled, but still denying it for the Bat Rider, so that's good.
Disappointing for the Bat Rider. He tried to push out the lane with Firefly using those bottle charges in expectation of being able to use his remaining illusion and the Lycanthrope to secure that for him, but Fun had his eye on the clock, knew what was going on, and making this Lycanthrope's life hell. And
yeah,
if you give me the choice between underfarmed Lycanthrope and underfarmed Windrunner, give me that Windrunner.
Yeah.
Windrunner's getting so much work done, and Lycanthrope's
still in those last hits. Pretty great.
I think all 5 of those have been neutral creeps. It's just
I think so.
So annoying.
Clockwork having used all of his regen quite quickly against this Viper and is now completely out. Still some on the Visage. And in fact he does use up the salve on the Clockwork.
Luna now picks up the treads, and I think Feed Me needs to be pretty careful. If you use the spin to win offensively, you're going to find yourself in deep trouble. Windrunner lurking around, and Luna's going to reach level 6 roughly the same time as the Omni Knight. That could mean major problems if they manage to land anything. Relic, moving through the jungle, has 5 stacks, no longer available, chucks down the Dream Coil, and that'll be first blood. Carpe Diem trying to get a reprisal kill, but I can't imagine they'll be able to. But the orb out should be more than enough. If he's able to dodge with a phase shift, that should be fine, but he got pretty deep there, and will need a shackle shot, standing in the fire, taking way more damage than he needs to. Just manages to avoid the sticky napalm.
Yeah. A really nice ward here, I presume, by the Windrunner. And yeah, allowing Puck to get that pick off there.
There could be a go
meanwhile at top,
like Viper's chasing down Band of Soy,
for some reason
trying to
attacking
hit
the
him
creeps. See.
Yeah, we saw a Viper do that in our first game, I think, and cost themselves a kill. Disappointing, but I think they won that game. Who even knows? And the off lane are deciding to go for the bottle. It is a safe lane, but safe lane feels almost meaningless in this latest patch with the way tri lanes are working.
Yeah, essentially, it's a safe lane. Ward, the healing ward being picked off, and Feed Me picking up a Bracer to try and give himself a little bit more durability against this. Well, it's essentially just been a solo Luna with Fun rotating in and out. So, he is still copying a lot of harass damage, though.
Yeah. I think there's been really good play from Love. I think they're controlling this game. You look at the last hit chart, and Juggernaut can get a little bit of farm, needs to be careful because of the power of a Luna Windrunner combo, especially now that Luna has Eclipse available to her, and Luna's gotten 43 last hits to the Juggernaut's 17, and what really should be an essentially even lane.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Well, not quite. I mean, Luna is ranged.
In numbers.
Yeah.
Only in numbers.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that
been dipping in it.
The Dire saw that ward go down, and now 3 Dire heroes go mid. Puck should have Dream Coil up and does, but Bat Rider is well back. Dropping his bottle, gonna get that crowed back.
Do you know if they managed to see the Windrunner and the Luna moving towards top? I mean, Viper has to be scared now and is backing away towards the tower. It doesn't have a TP available.
Clockwork, in fact, coming back mid. Viper quite close to its own tower. I think he knows. And
did you see Viper get a kill on Visage?
Did that happen?
Yeah.
No, I did not. I didn't even notice that in the side kind of log. Whatever. Okay. Not too surprising, really.
Clockwork winding up a hook. Unpronounceable lycanthrope left himself fairly low.
Wolves just ruining his day. Probably
Viper's
good for him.
going on the top. They aren't gonna need Eclipse. Power shot, not quite enough damage. Viper being chased down, doesn't have the move speed with the treads against a Luna who is so fast. I was trying to TP out of there with not enough damage to be a bad one.
No stun Baden is not going to be able to take that kill. He did get extremely low there, but a good kill on that Viper, who had been doing well up to that point. Well, reasonably well.
Now they have made the lane switch, putting the Luna top. They think at this stage the Clockwork will be able to hold off a Juggernaut and giving Luna what is the safe lane now.
If we look bottom,
He's
the
gonna
spin
take
to
a
win
look.
going off, and $20 in my pocket coming around with that slow. Maybe should have waited up a little bit, should feed me, but the Omni Slash is going to be more than enough with the Viper there as well to secure that kill.
That is ridiculous play from Clockwork. It's a Juggernaut, you know that Omni Slash is available, you might be able to survive the spin to win, and the Omni Slash with like 100 health, and even if you get the feed me on his own, the Juggernaut, you're not going to be able to escape. You're not going to live, and Viper was there anyway, so not good map awareness in that instance. It's just...
And now at mid, the Dream Coil goes down and Hop it in, he does activate the Firefly, but so much damage. Lycan's in, but not before the Batrider falls, and Puck will be well out of there.
Gee.
Cog's now going down as well, and not much that the Lycan can do about that. He does have his Vlad slow now, so getting a reasonable amount of gold out of that jungle.
We saw this in the first game with Lycan as well. Loves to rush that Vlad, doesn't want to pick up anything else, and I think it was a Lycanthrope Juggernaut combination that took down Roshan at, I think, almost exactly 12 minutes from memory, and he's got a Sobi Mask as well, and we've seen this as well. He loves the mana regen before the boots. He's going exactly the same build. And the Clockwork's been just waltzing past wards with no self-awareness. This is a bit of a bounty hunter game, if I want to be cruel to fan of Soyon. Had a rubbish game as bounty, even if he played well as Timber.
Yeah, certainly did. The Dire Wards have expired. They'll have to get them back up around Roche. Like the game before when we saw Lycan take Roche, there were no wards whatsoever.
Clockwork hooks in. He's managed to find the Batrider. Immediately the Aphotic Shield. Fan of Soyon diving on his own under the tower. Borrow time being popped up by Landru. $20 in my pocket. Makes the TP rotation. Gonna try and take out the Puck. Beautiful spaceship. Managing to avoid the slow. And he's gonna be able to make a clean escape out of there. There's a backstab bow. Here comes Windrunner on fun. Dream Call being dropped on two of them. Chim is gonna fall to the Viper strike damage. $20 in my pocket. Next to go. Lycanthrope TPing back into the fight. And now there's an Omni Slash cleaning up a Windrunner.
Yeah, there it is. Well, in the end, I mean, Love did manage to get a couple of kills, but not a good move by the Clockwork there. Getting far too deep for his own good, and the rest of his team really being forced into action that they didn't want to take.
Yeah, I think that's essentially the gank they wanted to tank, but about 5 or 10 seconds later, if that Windrunner and the Visage were there at the start of a fight, they could pick up something like a 3-0 exchange instead, because of a little bit of misunderstanding where his teammates were. Clockwork cost his team a relatively negative exchange, I would suggest.
Yep, and I believe you mentioned, but Lycan getting that Sobi Mask in addition to the Vlad, so really wants that extra mana.
Can you remember what he turned that into? Was it just casual, or...?
I doubt that it's casual.
Radiant's mid towers getting
Not sure.
Yeah, he puts it in a medallion, that's right. He puts it in a medallion to rush down the Rosh.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And the smoke, however, from fun. Lycan just standing there for a couple of seconds. Cogs shackle shotted, and that should be the end of him. But Viper doing huge damage to the Fan of Soyon. The Viper strike also goes down, and he will fall. And enough for $20 in my pocket to get out as well, I believe. The shackle shot not going to latch on.
Yeah, I think they need to be desperately careful. I think they lose this fight. Raj does manage to get away, but I feel like Fun could have been taken out if Viper had just turned and slapped him. They might have been able to do some serious damage. And Puck has his Blink Dagger up already, full
Very
treads,
fast.
and a Null Talisman bottle full stick. That's too much farm.
Yeah.
He's gotten so much out of his mid lane. He is crushing the net worth chart. He's gotten 3 kills, 1 assist, and Medallion now finished up for Lycanthrope. He picks up a smoke as well. Check
It's
your watch.
rush
It's
time.
rush o'clock.
It is, absolutely. And no wards from the Dire in that, well, one sort of in that area, but I doubt it's going to scat him out, especially not when he has smoke. Although he might get really unlucky and pop it in just the wrong place.
He might.
Might, but if he does, it
He
won't
shouldn't.
be... No, he shouldn't, and the Radiant should have a ward on Roche.
Radiant's top
Not that it would help
tower's
when he had
hurting.
smoke, but even still. They do have Rocket Flare. That might get lucky and scout him out.
That's true. They do
Radiant's
have
top
rocket fire.
tower's taking hits.
He is going to
Phantom
do the same.
Soin, oh
No
dear.
points of-
Feed me coming around the side, and it looks like Phantom Soin will do just that. Doesn't have enough mana for Omni Slash, but it won't matter, I don't
The
believe.
Radiant got
And
one
Feed
less
Me
top
gets some
tower.
more feed.
Yep. And now the smoke has been popped on top of the only sentry ward. Oh, what
dear,
a
he
dashed
actually
shame.
did it.
It's
Well.
a magic bush ward. You know that's there because it's on the magic bush. You can see. Well, he's run to the Rosh pit, and he's got a chance to pick this off. If they weren't paying attention,
They
might
might
think
not
they
have
got
noticed. I don't think they noticed. No one... Visage Familiars? No, doesn't look like they're heading there, going bottom. Well, very unlucky slash poor from Lycan, but in the end it's not going to matter. Although,
Yep.
is Windrunner going to scout this
Puck
out?
is in the area, but it doesn't look like they've spotted it. Windrunner, power shot, you have the chance. No.
Roche is gone.
He pops
down.
full form, gets the hell out of dodge, and he'll be just fine.
Yeah. And that's pretty big.
Yeah.
They are now in a position
but-
to take a team fight or push towers. Viper might get caught out bottom though. He's going to have to be a bit careful. I don't think that they know he's there. Well, they
Yep,
do
they've
now.
spotted him out. Now they know exactly where he is. He's wanted
Certainly
through
do.
the
I
thing.
don't-
He knows.
He is going that mech and he has just purchased it. So at least he won't lose any money if he dies. But and he does have the TP. He should be just fine.
Yeah, and I'm glad that the Clockwork didn't jump in there. If there were TP reactions, that
Yeah.
could have been a massive feed.
A huge match.
TP is available on everyone.
Yeah. What
So
are
it
the
looks
bad
like in
doing?
the end, they've essentially played a 4-core lineup. Put one hero farming in every lane,
Bro,
and
Radiant's bottom
sorry,
tower.
one hero farming in every lane and one in the jungle.
Yeah.
TP reaction coming in, Blink Dagger available on the Bat Rider. He's going to blink in, he's going to pick up the Clockwork, but immediately shackled to the Viper. Soul Assumption going to bring him down very, very quickly. Laid on the Omnislash, but it will be able to clean up the Visage. Windrunner trying to get out of dodge, and now the Luna will be able to pick off Feed Me. Feed Me, no, you don't want none of that. He's running away
dear.
as fast as he possibly can, gets shackled up, and he's going to feed up
Tower won't last
opponent
much longer.
despite his name, and that's not textual integrity, which I love.
Dire weren't part
Meanwhile,
of the
Lycanthrope was able to push up a mid-tier 1, so in the end,
Dire's top tower's getting beat
a
down.
bad exchange for NickB, but not, not the worst exchange of all time. And now Usher's in deep. There's no ult available on Viper. Puckhold flowing through them, and he will nicely dodge. Forest time gonna proc.
And not get any health from that. The urn so close to destroying that Luna, but meanwhile, at mid, the Lycan doing a really nice job pushing off this.
Certainly is.
Relic certainly has been impressive on this puck. You're really getting enough farm to make a big impact, and now he has been participating in team fights and doing just that.
He played really well last game as Dragon Knight too.
Yeah.
And, I think we're
Phantom
seeing
Soin.
sort of hierarchy. Up top, unpronounceable Lycan in trouble. Looks like he wants to turn on this Clockwork, but needs to be really careful. Doesn't have great vision because Luna and Windrunner are both at home. Both have TPs off cooldown available to them. They will spend those pots to try and stymie the push.
Yep, and the mech is just up on Viper. He's just got that off the courier, and there are 4 of them here now, so they shouldn't have too many problems getting this bottom tower if Dire doesn't
Radiant's
respond.
mid tower
Puck
getting
seems to be opting to attack mid and trade.
Dire's bottom tower's
It's a
getting
bad
beat
trade
down.
though, so they're taking a 2-for-1. The Lycanthrope meantime has popped up the Howl, and He's going to be taking this top tower. He's got Aegis. He doesn't have any fear, and why should he? He's going to be able to pick off the tower.
And meanwhile at bottom, Troyan getting in. Batrider getting well out. Juggernaut being pushed away from those cogs pretty seriously, but Fun getting catched there, and the Omni Slash on Fun will take care of him. 3 dire
Who's TPing in?
And it's
Luna,
please.
you've used Eclipse. It's on cooldown. Jeez.
Yeah.
If they know it's on cooldown, that's a mistake. And they spotted out the Helm of the Dominator creep, which Luna had been using. They spot out the big stack, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if they group up as 4 or 5 to try and take this. While all this is going on, the top tier 2 is in deep trouble. Lycanthrope still doesn't care, still has Aegis available. They pop off the glyph to try and protect it, and all they get in exchange is a Lycanthrope ultimate on cooldown. That's not a good trade.
No, not at all. And this is really the power of Lycan. It has ridiculous pushing power. And yeah, with that Aegis, he has no fear. Yep, there it is. It's just impossible for Dire to defend this kind of split push properly. They're just being run around the map, not getting any experience or farm, and losing towers while they're at it. So not good for them in the slightest.
Lincoln, Carpe Diem wants to get Relic, but now the nerf range on the Lasso, not going to be able to find it. Now gets forced off out. Dream Core locked on the creep. And Orion right in there. Hits many of them with his hook shot. $20 in my pocket. Gonna go down next. Taking down the Windrunner with him, but Luna's getting him to fight, and Puck is on low health. Puck has been doing so much work.
Absolutely, the triple Dream Coil there, really instrumental. And unfortunate that Toyin was in so deep on the Clockwork, just getting taken out instantly again. I guess he is the initiator, but really throwing his life away a bit. How many deaths is that? 7 deaths, 1 for 7. It is a bit of a repeat of that Bounty Hunter game in terms of his score, at least.
Relic comes in, but one trying to stop this Lycanthrope.
Meanwhile at bottom, Luna being forced to get out, and Lycan pushing tier 3 at 20 minutes.
Yeah, and he's doing it solo. I think there's been a pretty bad sort of tactical, strategical misplay from Love. They don't have a right mindset. They need to group up many of them together. They need to get the Clockwork hook in. They need to pop off a Dream Coil, and they need to find pickoffs. Once they have pickoffs, they have an okay pushing lineup. They have plenty of creep clearing capability. They can do it. They just need to find a way to get some pickoffs to get the ball rolling, and they haven't been able to so far. And
and now the
massive stack of Ancients.
And now the Necro book on Lycan. He's really one of those carries who can win the game without even actually fighting anyone, like PL has the potential to do as well. And at the moment he's doing just that, just getting out as soon as anyone appears, and in the meantime making a real nuisance of himself, just pushing as hard as he can. Now Windrunner and Puck going to come around to try and do something about this, but I don't think they're going to have a lot of success. His ult will be off cooldown in only 8 seconds. And when that is activated, he can just get out so easily.
Luna's going to be able to clear this big camp, and that's going to be a massive injection of gold. She was at about 9,000 when she started it. Let's see what money she ends up when she's done with it. Bang, rising up that chart. And even Verba Visage took one of the big creeps worth about 200. She did get around about 1,000 gold and a bucket load of experience out of that. So nicely played using the Helm of Dominator to full effect.
Yep. And she does have a BKB, definitely the item on her. And probably a Manta Style coming up next after a Yasha, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think Manta Style is perfectly reasonable. I think working towards an early butterfly might be okay.
Yeah.
You want to...
Yeah, true.
I mean, you're going to get right-click down hard. BKB is not the best against Viper. You're still going to have massive survivability issues against the entire NickB team. So I feel like something a little bit more ambitious than match style, something a bit tankier might be on the cards. And she has bought a Yasha, and I'm wrong, and you're right, and I can see.
Yeah, well, yeah, it definitely could have started going towards the Satanic for that survivability, but really wants the damage at the moment. But yeah, I suppose the BKB doesn't really protect against all that much. Of course, the Lasso going through that. So
Shackle Shot landing on unpronounceable Lycan. They're just going to be able to pick off his walls, which is not worth it for a 4-man rotation. Don't check Abaddon's inventory. It's everything we've ever hated.
Is it a Midas? Yes, it is. God, what filth. Well, at least he's going support. He's not the carry Abaddon that he would be worse. I mean, he's buying wards. That's something. That's something good. And he's blocked that big camp, the ancient stack. So, no more of that for Luna for the next few minutes at least.
Yeah, they might well do ward that. I think that's a pretty important camp for Love to have access to. But they've just let this Lycanthrope free farm the entire game. I mean, it's just
hard to
they're
stop.
not doing enough. Full Lycanthrope available now to feed me, and the Necro Book 3 is available for Lycanthrope once he gets it off Courier. He hasn't even had that so far in his pushes.
No. And it's just ridiculous. He'll be able to hammer down this tower in a matter of seconds if he's left uncontested with Howl and Necro 3, but may now be taken out. Those glaives doing a whole lot of damage and a really good body block by Fun. Yep, and he will go down. Full team rotation required, however, but worth it in the end for a bit of peace for the next minute at least, where they can focus on the rest of this Radiant team.
I think he's just being too aggressive. Until he gets the 40-second cooldown on his shapeshift, he's gonna struggle to get in and out of fights as he'd like to, and then go on to push. He can do one or the other, but not both. And if he had 522 movement speed available to him, no chance he dies.
Especially not with wards in the Dire jungle. The Radiant really with no wards on the entire map. If Lycan's going to be pushing up there, like, you obviously want to have wards, even on the Uber Cliff here, or around this area here. I mean, really didn't have any vision of what was coming.
Yeah, it's a group up of 5 now coming out from Love, but Windrunner's got to get there. They're a little bit out of position. Lycanthrope did just respawn, and Clockwork wants in on that. Hook comes in, and they immediately pop off borrowed time. Is that all that you wanted out of a 50-second cooldown? No, they're going to be able to take him down as well. Luna, Soul Assumption, 2-man Dreamfall, Omnislash rolling through, hits a lot of heroes, gets a lot of damage done. Viper now putting the strike onto Relic. Puck trying to escape now, but he's going to be taken down. Doesn't have the skill. I wouldn't think. You can't do it, mate.
And
he's trying his little harder.
Trying, but feed me right on him. And he's not going to be able to blink this time. There it is. Not able to get that orb off before falling into the base shift. And this will be a significant push, probably getting tier 2 mid. Or Roche, in fact.
I think
fair.
they might be able to get both.
Yeah, quite
and then see what's going to stop them from taking tier 2 just as soon as...
just gone.
Oh, jeez. They might even be able to look into chipping into the tier 3. They melted.
And the Radiant done the deed.
Yeah, certainly did. And, well, who picked that up? Oh, Juggernaut, in fact. Okay.
Mid-towers
cool.
technical difficulties.
Once again, I've got a question for play coming out from Clockwork. He hooks in on the Abaddon, which to me is the highest difficulty to kill and least important target. I mean, he has a Photic Shield, which is nice, but I feel like you've just got to make a more judicious selection and really pick your target wisely, especially before you have Aghanim's. It's not going to be available to you in the next fight, and he hasn't finished the 4-star, which is what he wants to go first. And very much reminiscent of his Bounty Hunter game, where he really struggled. And that was in a winning performance.
Yeah.
Perhaps he won't be so lucky this time.
Yeah, not looking the best for the Dire team. Certainly, like, comprehensively beaten in that team fight. And as you say, the Clockwork hook onto that Abaddon, particularly, I think, with the Photic Shield. I mean, it's good to get a Photic Shield down, but when he has a Photic Shield on it... Oh, now going into the middle of 3 of them. Viper's going to make quick work of that. However, Luna in there with Eclipse and BKB are going to be very hard to bring down. But Batrider pulls her away, and that will be enough. Along with the Omnislash on the rest of the team. Puck doing its best, but blinks away somewhere. Actually going to escape.
Going up north.
No, not going to escape. Sorted out by Carpe Diem.
I think that's the last time Clockwork can make an ill-advised hook. I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Best do something about that bottom tower.
I think it might be.
Structure's looking fortified. Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom?
He hooks into all of them. The tower's gonna die anyway. You know that they have Aegis. They're grouped up as 5 for sure. They weren't all in position at the right time. I mean, maybe it's the best chance they had. They thought that I would have thought you'd want to take that fight onto your tier 3 towers. Puck might have escaped in that situation, and Lycanthrope perhaps not. He did have to use Wolf Form to get the hell out of there at one stage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that waiting for tier 3, I mean that tier 2 was always going to go down, even in a good engagement. And Clockwork in again. Does activate Pogs again on a Batten. Has to 4-stop out of the Viper. That's slow on the Clockwork, doing ridiculous work. Along with Feed Me, he's going to be out. And there's the Omni Slash again. Visage being taken out in seconds. And that is totally GG.
Didn't make it.
Is that Ag on Juggernaut? Yeah, he has gone Ag.
Yeah, he's had that for a little while now.
Yeah, Omni Flash has definitely been really strong. And there it is. Well, a really good pushing strat with that Lycan. He has proved very effective so far in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the 2 times that Sweatshop or NickB have picked the Lycanthrope, he's been able to survive relatively unmolested. You know, you see the Lycanthrope 1, 3, and 7, but he had a massive impact. He had a huge amount of solo pushing potential. He created space for his team and used the space created by his team wonderfully well. I just don't think you can leave a Lycanthrope alone for that long. He does have to take damage to keep his wolves alive. He's not a hero like a Prophet, which stays on high health while jungling. So
yeah,
I feel like they could have done a little bit more with that tri-lane bottom. They're only against a Juggernaut. They probably should have done more to shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, the Puck did try getting 1 kill in the jungle, and the Windrunner was trying to sap that experience, and I think played quite well. But yeah, maybe the Visage could have rotated a little more. It pretty much just stayed in top lane the entire game. But yeah, the Lycan in the end not only making room for its own team, but completely wasting the time of the Dire team, who was just walking all over the place, getting nothing done. Cool.
Yeah, I feel like the Dire just didn't understand what their lineup was about and weren't able to execute.
Could not handle that split push. Okay, thank you for watching.
Thanks, Albie.
Thank you, Thanatos. Boom, 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 boom.